Well, that's Shiva Arora from Sciton Investments, just giving us the latest update regarding the economic prospects for 2016. Of course, we will be giving you a more comprehensive update at 9 p.m. Now, on to talk matters dog breeding. Would you keep a dog? How much would you pay for when it comes to buying a dog? Well, I have two gentlemen with me this afternoon to talk about these aspects. And we also have two dogs with us. Maybe you can quickly introduce yourself as you also introduce the dogs.
My name is Dr. Lucas Ragen. I practice in veterinary surgeon at Royal Court Vet Clinic.
Thank you, Lucas, for coming.
My name is Dr. David Kibaria from Royal Court Veterinary Clinic. I'm also a veterinary surgeon.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't tell us their names.
Oh, this lady here is called Didi. She's almost 4.5 years old.
4.5?
Yeah.
Wow. And this must be a male.
This is a male. His name is Marcos.
Marcos?
Yeah, he's a 3.5-month-old German Shepherd.
3.5 months?
Yeah, 3.5 months.
Wow. Interesting. I hope it can't bite me. Marcos?
No, he's come.
He's come?
Yeah.
So let's just talk about this niche where we're seeing a lot of Kenyans kind of embracing this kind of hybrid dogs. Perhaps, what has been the situation like, if you're to give us your observations?
The trend has been changing. You know, with urbanization, there's division of land, and more people are staying in detached and semi-detached houses.
Mm-hmm.
And with that comes the need for companionship, which they get from dogs, and also for security purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So with the increase in the satellite towns surrounding Nairobi, we've seen an upsurge of people
mm-hmm.
buying more and more dogs to keep them company in their houses. Yes.
And for you, Dr. David, there's this push where at supermarkets you see people walking with such dogs. You didn't tell us the breed.
Oh, she's a Terrier.
She's a?
Terrier.
Terrier.
Yeah.
That's a crossbreed.
Yeah, it's a, she's a cross of Japanese Spitz and Terrier.
We've seen supermarkets, in malls, people nowadays having a dog with them. Is it the new swag?
I tend to think so, because you see, with there's that class of people that is coming up nowadays, and some of those status are uplifted by just having a dog, which it can give them unconditional love. It's part of their lifestyle nowadays. So more and more people are getting dogs.
Yeah.
And we're also having doctors, human doctors, recommending people to have pets. They kind of reduce stress with people. Yeah, they give you more attention to do and more stuff to do. So more people are continuing to be
interesting.
And
one of the things that most people fear is the cost of managing a dog and the cost of buying it. Just the other day, I was driving off past Garden City. I saw some puppies being sold, and a puppy was going for 35,000. That's someone's salary, somewhere.
It's worth the cost.
It's worth the cost?
It's worth the cost. Because if you see the long-term benefits that a dog brings to you, if it's a small dog like this one, the companionship, you can't price it. For a big dog like this one, security-wise, guards, thugs can't attack your place. It also offers companionship in some sort of way. It also helps if you have kids with interaction, it stimulates their psychological development. So I think it's not so pricey. It's a worthy investment.
Are people ready to pay for this? Are people buying?
People are willing to pay. I think people are willing to pay in the region of between 35,000 up to the region of 150,000, depending on the breed and age of the dog you're keeping. So there's a market for that, though you also find some people who are slightly cheaper if given their niche market which they're trying to capture. Yes.
And which breeds are some of the most popular ones that they are fast selling?
Among the big breeds, the German Shepherd is quite popular, like this one, the Rottweiler, and the Boer Bull.
Boer bull.
Yeah, Boer bull.
Ah.
Yeah, it's a really big. It's a mastiff. It has a really big, big face. And then among the small dogs, you get the Japanese Spitz, the Pomeranians, and the
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua is not so common because the cost is prohibitive to most people. It's
there's
the
a
average
workmate of
around
mine.
100K.
There's a workmate of mine, Paul Wafula. He wanted to buy a Chihuahua.
If he has 100K, we can source for him.
100,000.
Yes.
Well, the other thing about dogs, apart from buying them, there's also managing the dogs. Tell us about this. How easy is it? How cheap is it? Is it something that someone out there can afford?
The cost is not prohibitive, and it's worth it. First, you have
break it down for us. For example, if I'm buying the dog food, how much would it cost me? I'm told these dogs usually take a shower with a shampoo. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Number one, when it comes to feed, dogs eat according to their body weight. So the bigger the dog, the bigger your budget when it comes to feed costs. So it ranges anything between 50 bob to 300 bob a day, depending on the size of the dog. Also in the feed, you can either go to the packaged foods, the one you see in the supermarket, or you can decide the home cooked meals, which we normally recommend you feed rice and meat. It's easier and there are very little chances of contamination. The second cost you need to factor in is the structure. All dogs need a proper structure where they stay. So
the kennel.
Yeah, the kennel, so that they're sheltered away from adverse weather, whether it's the extreme heat, the rain, or cold. The other third factor you need to consider is
vaccination.
Vaccination. No, healthcare now. We normally vaccinate dogs once a year against 5 diseases: distemper, hepatitis, leptospira, parvovirus, and rabies. It's only done once a year, but when they're young, we normally give us a course of 3 injections till when they are 12 weeks of age, and then from then on you do it annually. The second cost has come to vet bills is the deworming. You have to deworm your dog every 3 months, because sometimes you're not too sure what your dog comes into contact with in the environment. You have to use to do parasite control. We have either you wash the dogs on a weekly basis using a medicated shampoo. Medicated meaning it can kill ticks and fleas. If not that, you can apply a top spot. There are several top spots in the market, like Frontline or Advantix, which you apply on the neck of the dog. And then it takes care of the parasite burden for between 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the environment. Yes.
And gentlemen, I'm being told we are running out of time. I'd like to get your closing thoughts. Looking at this business of dog breeding, Dr. David, what does the future hold for this market?
As the urbanization continue to grow and the market also continue to grow for us, that is, the middle class is also coming up. So more and more people are continuing to keep pets as their companion. They're ready to cater for their care, also medication. And so the future is bright. I think the future is bright.
Lucas, your closing thoughts, and how can people reach you guys?
Okay. My closing thoughts: number one, your dog needs care. It's part of your family. So you have to ensure it gets veterinary care whenever it's sick. It sees a doctor, because a dog cannot lie to you. You know, a human being can lie to you, but your dog, its love is unconditional and is continuous. So I think people need to learn to treat their dog with respect and with love, taking them for walks and socializing them with them. You can reach us. We are based at Kitengela of the Namanga Arusha Highway. We are at just a kilometer ahead from Naivas. That's where our premises are located. But we also serve within Nairobi and its environs up to Machakos. We work with appointments, so anytime, any place you call us, we are just willing to come and offer good quality services for your pets.
Interesting.
Yes.
Many thanks for speaking to us, two gentlemen who have a passion for dog breeding And they've been doing quite a lot when it comes to just servicing people and making sure that their pets are in good condition. And we want to take a quick commercial break. As we take that break, we'll be just getting to see whether the dogs can bark here or there. Don't go too far. Coming up next, we'll be looking at new technologies that have been emerging. We'll be speaking to a gentleman from Dudutech who will be talking to us more. He's actually the managing director, Thomas Mason. He's in studio and we'll be crossing over to him later on. Marcos? Marcos?
Didi?
He's tired.